Hi, I'm Trey Parker.
And I'm Matt Stone.
And this here's Old Scratch.
Say hi, old fella. We do a show called South Park.
Matt and Trey, tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Well, I met Matthew at the University of Colorado where I was going to film school. I actually met him in beginning filmmaking class. I met him and found someone who could make me laugh, even when I felt like crying.
Guys, who would you say are your role models?
Well, I think I'd have to say my biggest role model is Matt.
And I guess I'd have to say mine is Theodore Roosevelt for his work with the Rough Riders in the Spanish-American War.
Matt and Trey, tell us about this episode.
This episode is called Cartman Gets an Anal Probe, and it's our favorite episode. In it, Cal's baby brother Ike gets abducted by aliens, and Cartman has strange things implanted in his ass.
I think that the reason that this episode is, well, Old Scratch's favorite anyway, is because it's the only episode that Matt and I animated completely by ourselves. You see, this was the pilot episode, done before we had a series, so Matt and I had to do the whole thing by ourselves. For several months, we were locked into a cold, dark, little room for long periods of time.
You know, that Kick the Baby game looks like fun. Have you guys ever played it personally?
Well, neither Trey or I have children.
That's right, the only family we have is each other and Old Scratch here.
We're not married yet.
We can't even get dates. But the truth is, until we have children, we're not going to know whether or not we're going to kick them.
You guys seem to write alien encounter material with a certain, knowledge. Have either of you actually ever been abducted?
Trey, it's okay. Go ahead and tell.
I grew up very near to South Park, and so I was abducted when I was a small child. I remember the experience. I remember how horrible it was. I remember too much. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Cartman Gets an Anal Probe.